Welcome back to Ryzo Invest. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my Bitcoin trade over here that is currently $413 in profit. This is a $11.7 million Bitcoin trade that entered about 75.6k. I explained previously that Bitcoin was pretty much going to hit the bottom very soon, and this was based on a time analysis. I showed over here that the bottom to the top of the market cycle took about 525 days in the 2017-2018 market cycle. In the 2021 to 2022 market cycle, it took 553 days for Bitcoin to top from the bottom of the market cycle to the top of the market cycle. And with this time analysis, I said that in 525 days to 553 days, this is exactly the time frame for which Bitcoin would top, and I drew out this red box over here. And bear in mind, this box was drawn before the price action actually hit here, and we called the exact top of Bitcoin over here in the end of September and the start of October of 2025. I then explained that each bear market cycle for Bitcoin lasts about 1 year, 364 days to be exact, and I drew it out right here. From the top of the market cycle to the bottom of the market cycle, 364 days. Over here, from the top of the market cycle to the bottom of the market cycle, 364 days. And over here, from the top of the market cycle to the potential bottom of the market cycle, 364 days. This puts us at the start of October 2026. I explained that to the bottom of the market cycle takes about 1 year, but the price actions actually starts to consolidate 3 to 6 months before the bottom of the market cycle. Over here as well, 3 to 6 months of the bottom of the market cycle, we start to consolidate in price action. And this puts us to exactly where we are today, that the price action of Bitcoin is starting to consolidate. I'm seeing actions and potential price action that Bitcoin is going to bottom pretty much at this price level from about 70 to 80k, and this is exactly why I placed this long entry about 11.7 million, and currently I'm 400k in profit, and this is a live trade you can see over here. On the price action wise, we are seeing that Bitcoin has started to break above this bull market support band. If you actually zoom in over here and take a look, you can see that we actually have broken above this bull market support band, and currently we're trading at about 78.3k. I want to see that in the coming 1 to 2 weeks, Bitcoin is able to hold this level of the bull market support band. And you can see that we have right here a hammerhead candle being formed. A hammerhead candle being formed over here shows that there is increased buy pressure down over here, because anytime price action hits towards the downside, the bulls step in and they buy up the price towards the upside, forming this hammerhead candle over here. Now this weekly candle will take about 1 day to 21 hours to close, and we want to watch that this weekly candle closes as a hammerhead candle and closes above this bull market support band. On the weekly time frame, we also want to take a look at the 200-week moving average. 200-week moving average is classically known as the bottom of the Bitcoin market cycle, and if you take a look right here, let me just show a previous chart with more price history. You can see that the bottom of Bitcoin always hits the 200-week moving average. You can see over here it hits the 200-week moving average. Over here it deviated below. If we claim back the 200-week moving average and they traded above. At this point in time, the 200-week moving average is somewhere around the 60.4k region, and currently we're trading at about 78k. Now over here at this point in time, you must be asking me, Ryzo, we have not hit the 200-week moving average, and that is true. We have not hit the 200-week moving average. But remember what I told you guys, the moving average, as the name suggests, is a moving average. This price action is going to continue to rise over here. So I'm just going to draw it out for you guys on this chart over here. This price action is going to start to slowly move up over here. And I explained to you guys that the Bitcoin price action usually consolidates in a range within a 3 to 6 month period, and this puts us somewhere over here. So what I do expect Bitcoin to actually do is that we'll likely hit the top over here, trade above, and at this point in time we'll start to connect with the moving average before we head towards the upside. So we are going to hit the 200-week moving average, and because of this exponential growth over here, where Bitcoin traded from 78k all the way to the top here at about 126k, we will start to see that this moving average starts to head up towards the upside. And we will see that this price action is probably going to hit a level of resistance over here, somewhere around this level of consolidation. Now don't forget, price action is all about consolidation, it's all about liquidity. So I do expect that the price action of Bitcoin actually reject off this level, and it may potentially even deviate above. So let me just show you guys what I mean by that. So what I do expect the price action of Bitcoin to go like is that we'll likely hit above, have a small rejection, we'll deviate above, have another small rejection, and then hit above. Because the price action of Bitcoin, usually how it works is that there has to be a liquidity grab. It's not so easy to trade this market. It's a very volatile market. I do expect, of course, this moving average to slowly head towards the upside as we start to account for this parabolic price action over here in the 200-week moving average. And I expect the Bitcoin is going to bottom somewhere over here in the October of 2026, and we're going to start to head towards the upside. So in the immediate short term, my target for Bitcoin is somewhere around the 86k region, and that is where I'm going to be starting to take some profits in my live trade over here, where currently I'm about 410k in profit. Okay, I hope that this video will be able to help you guys understand a bit more as to the price action of Bitcoin. Now let's go through a little bit as to where we are at on terms of the RSI itself. So if you take a look at the RSI, why I believe that we are still going to trade in this range is because we do not see any bullish divergence. Now, for the Bitcoin price action over here, as the price action hits towards the lower side, where we have lower lows, what we indeed actually want to see on the RSI is actually higher lows, right? But we are not seeing that. You can see that we are actually seeing lower lows in the RSI as well, and lower lows on the price action. So this confirms to us that there is no divergence. It confirms to us that this is a strong selling pressure and that the bulls have not taken the upside. And therefore, what this means is that this bounce, right, this bounce off the bottom over here at about 56k, 57k, all the way to the top here, is not indicative of a strong bounce, right? So this trade is not a blind trade. It's not a trade where you can just say, okay, I'm just going to long, close my eyes, and I'm going to earn millions of dollars. That is not it. What you need to watch out for is this first level of target. And you need to watch this RSI, because as the bulls actually bounce off here, we are waning in price action. We are waning in terms of the strength and the volatility and the demand pressure of the bulls. Therefore, that's why we're not seeing any bullish divergence over here. So you have to be very, very careful. Once we hit to the 86k level, I think it is very prudent to start to take some profits off the table, keep it as buying power, and enter a trade again in the next round. And if you can see over here at the 200-week moving average, in fact, we actually did wick down to the 200-week moving average. And some purists may actually say that, hey, in terms of the Bitcoin price action, we actually have hit the 200-week moving average and we have bottomed out over here. But I think it's prudent to stay safe. Always understand that there's always a range of consolidation, liquidity before an expansion towards the upside, for which I think there will be a deviation above the 86k. Likely, what is going to happen is that we're going to deviate above like this, trade below, and then recapture the liquidity. So you have to take profit over here as we deviate above 86k. And therefore, the target is somewhere around this region right here, which will put us at about 86 to 94k. Alright, so you got to start to take some profits over here. I hope that this video will be able to help you guys. If you have any questions, do leave it in the comment section down below. And this is the live trade that I'm trading at this point in time, 410k in profit, and I'll keep you guys updated. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.